everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. This is a thoughtless one. The brilliant Sean Longstaff has been speaking to the BBC. I love listening to Sean Longstaff speak. He is one of our own. He's just a really sound bloke. He seems like a proper top lad, kind of lad you'd love to have a pint with, a good bit of crack and that, and just a really genuine kid. So he's been talking to BBC about the coming season, talking about how excited he is for the Champions League. You know, obviously he's never played in that before. He vaguely remembers it. He's probably too young to remember it when we were in it last time. But he's really excited to play. They asked him about Sandro Tonali as well, and he answered it in a perfect Sean Longstaff style type of way. That he's really excited about playing with a quality player like Sandro Tonali. He likened his arrival to when Bruno came. And Bruno upped the standards of the rest of the midfielders. You saw how Joe Linton stepped up, and Joe Willock and Sean himself, and he said that hopefully Sandro will have that same impact as well, which is brilliant to see. What I really love about Sean Longstaff, it isn't just the redemption story and the way he's come from, everyone saying, oh, he's shy, get rid and all this stuff, and I'll drive him to Everton and all this. And he's turned himself into an integral member of the first team last season, definitely, and certainly the squad moving forward. He really is. I mean, if you look at the flair and the skill in the team, if Callum Wilson's your goals and Isaac's your flair and Bruno's your creativity and Joe Linton's your strength, I think Sean Longstaff's your heart really in this side. He really is. He just seems to be a proper, genuine, salty earth type of lad, and he works his balls off as well. So he earns all the respect that he gets from the fans. So yeah, he's talked about that. He's really excited about what's coming on for the season. The reporter asked him if he was surprised as to where they finished. He said not really. They didn't really set any targets. They just tried to win the next game and the next game and the next game, and that's the right way to do it. As a footballer, I think don't set your targets out too soon and get yourself all tied up in knots. Just take one game at a time, as that old cliche goes, really. But there was one thing that the reporter asked him that made me want to jump on and do this thought of the day. And it's the first time Sean's really spoken out about Matty leaving the club. The reporter obviously asked him and said, this is the first time you'll be coming to a pre-season without your brother. How does that feel? And you could see the emotion on Sean. You could see that moment. He just had to take half a second just to take that in a little bit. And you could see him getting quite emotional. And then he pulled himself back round, composed, and he said it was sad. And he said that, it's going to be strange that, they've been at the club together since they were 9 years old. And there is a real sadness within that. The two brothers have come through the youth academy. They've pushed each other. They've helped each other. They've picked each other up when each other were down. Through injuries, through Steve Bruce, and everything else. I'm sure the brothers have been so close to each other and being great for each other. And I think to think about the realism of Matty not being there is going to be sad for Sean. And he answered it brilliantly, and he was very open and honest, I thought, about it. And the bit that he said as well, which again just backs it up, and again just to come on and do this quick reaction video about it, was he said Matty will get back and he will prove how much of a top player he is, and he showed that when he had his appearances for Newcastle previously. Listen, he did. A lot of people writing off Matty. There was times he come in and he looked good. The goals against Manchester United, some of the passing, that he sprayed around, how comfortable he was in the ball and everything else. There is a real player in there, and I think he'll go on to another club, and I think maybe in the lower leagues, maybe League One, Championship, build himself back up, and you never know, we could come up against Sean versus Matty in the Premier League for Newcastle versus another side, possibly in a few years to come. But what he did say, he praised the manager Eddie Howe and Dan Ashworth as well, about how brilliant they've been with Matty through this injury. They're going to nurse him back to full fitness and make sure that he gets himself sorted. And Sean said he was, Matty was obviously really thankful for that, but so was Sean. And you'd like to think the family were as well. And it just goes to show you how far the club has moved on, when dealing with this kind of situation. That here's a player that has been released effectively, but the club are still letting him use the facilities, coaching him back to full fitness. He'll be somebody else's player. They'll get the benefit of Matty Longstaff if he gets back to full fitness and scores goals and creates goals and everything else. Newcastle United won't get that benefit, but it just shows you the class of Eddie Howe and Dan Ashworth to do that. You rewind back to the way the club treated Jonas Gutierrez, when he had his cancer diagnosis. It was fucking abysmal, ringing him on a training course to tell him that his contract was done. And some of the people on that as well, there's fond memories within the club about their time there, like Sapardew and stuff, but it was an awful thing to do, and the way they treat that guy, certainly after that, not just that heroic goal against West Ham that kept us in the league, but everything he did for the football club and all the shit that he went through personally in the club, just that was abysmal. That, but you know, fast forward that now to us being this new age Newcastle United with people like Eddie Howe and Dan Ashworth behind the scenes who treat Matty in that way, and I think it's just a touch of class. And I just wanted to give my thought of the day on that and just say that, you know, well done to Eddie and Ashworth and the club for doing that, and good luck to Matty. I hope he gets back fully fit, and I hope he goes and, you know, becomes a real top player somewhere, bangs in loads of goals, creates loads of goals, and has a really good career. And, you know, you never know, Newcastle might get him back at one stage if he does become that player. I'm not sure that will happen, to be fair, but it's brilliant to see that the club are looking after him. And, you know, it's nice to hear Sean talk about it as well, you know. And, you know, just in honour of Sean, I've recorded this video by the coast as a fellow coastal boy, Sean. So thank you so much for speaking so eloquently like you always do, mate. Love it when I hear you talk. Top lad, real good kind of personality to have in the club, and it's just great to hear the lads being open and honest like that with the media, as opposed to the dark old days as well. But that's me done for my thought of the day. Sorry I rambled a little bit towards the end there, but yeah, I do have a real fondness for the Longstaff lads. I just think they're proper sound lads, and I do feel bad that it's not worked out for Matty, and I just wish him really well in his career as well, to be honest with you. But that's me done. If you like this kind of thing, smash subscribe, come and join us. We're over 4,200 subs. Love you to come and join us. Loads of room for you, loads of content before the season starts. You know, live show Monday, 10 o'clock with me and Mark with what's going on. Rumour has a transfer videos popped up left, right and centre. Rants and thoughts just like the one you've watched. So smash the button, like the video, help get it around YouTube. That's me done. I'm going to go enjoy this lovely coastal view, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.